Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Dhananjana. So today I am here with you with the part 6 of the first lesson in English Medium Business and Accounting Studies for grade 10. So today we have the last part of the first lesson. So today's part is stakeholders of businesses. Who are these stakeholders? Stakeholders are the people who are interested in the business activities. That means they are paying attention or interest into our business. And why are they interested in our business? It is in order to fulfill various objectives. So, what are objectives? Objectives means they are goals. So, these stakeholders are different parties interested in the business activities in order to fulfill various objectives. So, these could be considered as some stakeholders. Right? They are interested in a business in order to fulfill their needs. Okay, here are some stakeholders. Customers, they are also stakeholders. Employees, the people who are working in it. And the investors, the people who are investing money or capital or land. And the suppliers, they are the people who supply, that means provide raw materials to the business. And communities and also the government. There are some more business stakeholders given in your book. Competitors, right? I will explain these people one by one. And also financial institutions. Owners, managers and future investors. Okay, so let's see who are these stakeholders one by one. The first stakeholder is owners, the people who owns the business. So these owners are the people who provide resources to the business. An owner of the business could be a single person or a group of people. That means an owner could be a single person or a group of owners. And what is the objective of the owner? Security of the investment. Yeah, that's right. One of his objects is to secure his investments. That means the money he invested in the business or the capital or the land, it must be secured, right? If he invested 1 lakh and then if he got the loss of another 1 lakh, then that is not secure, right? And another of his objective is to earn a sufficient profit. That means just as the first example I told you. Now that means in order to begin a business, the owner needs to invest a certain amount of money. And then he doesn't expect a loss. He always expects to earn a profit from it. So, earning a sufficient profit is also one of the objective of the owner. And his next objective is the growth of the business operations in future. The starting point of a certain owner could be a small business, but his intention is not to stay long there. His objective is to see the growth of his business operations in the future. Okay, so now we learned who is an owner and what is his objectives. Now we are going to see what are his contributions. So, Contributing means giving something away. So what is the owners contributing to the business? The adequate capital. I taught you what is capital in my previous video. So, capital means buildings, the money invested in the business, vehicles and the machinery. These things are contributed to the business by owners. Oh, then the next thing is being dedicated and enthusiastic about business activities. Yeah, he is dedicated. That means he is sure about his business. And also he is acting harder. He is trying to develop his business, right? So one of his contributions is being dedicated and enthusiastic about the business activities. And also he is supervising business activities. That means he is checking whether the laborers are working attentively and also how the work is processing and the increasement or the decreasement of the profits. So he is supervising these business activities. Here see, the owner is supervising the business activities. Okay, the next stakeholder is the managers of a business. The business operations are conducted and decisions of the owners are implemented by managers. So, what does this mean? The business operations, that means the business activities are conducted and the business decisions of the owners are implemented by managers. Now, the manager's duty is to carry out the orders of these owners. So, he is the person who takes decisions after the owners. So, these managers are also responsible for the supervision of these business activities. Now, in a very large business, there's a number of managers as financial manager, marketing manager, and there's purchasing manager, office manager, and so on. Only in large scale businesses, remember that. Next, what are the objectives or the expectations of managers? Taking decisions required to achieve the objectives. So, in order to achieve the objectives, that means reach their goal, the managers are taking decisions and also implementing those decisions. Implementing those decisions means putting these decisions into action. Now, if only he is giving the decisions, he is taking the decisions and not putting them into action, that means implementing them, then he wouldn't be able to reach the goal, achieve the objectives. Therefore, he should implement those decisions, that means put it into action. The next thing is promotions and job satisfaction. Everybody likes promotions, right? So promotions means upgrading the level. That means making now that is promotion. So, what are the contributions by the managers to a business? Implementing business plans appropriately. That means he is carrying out the business plans. That means if they are planning that this year they need a profit of 20%. So that means he should work or he should make decisions. He must implement those plans in order to achieve that goal. And also he has the responsibility in taking correct decisions. His decisions could yield good and also bad results, right? If he didn't take the correct decision, then it could even cause the downfall of the business. So, his contribution to the business is taking correct decisions. So, our next stakeholder is the customer. Customers are the people who buy goods and services from a business. Okay, you already know that. But customers also could buy these goods in two different motives. Some customers buy goods in the reselling motive. That means the customer is buying the good from this business and then he is again selling this good to another person. And the next thing is to use on own consumption. That means now you may be a person like that. You are buying something from the market, then you are using it for your own consumption. Right? Now if you are buying food, then you are consuming it. And then clothes also, you are buying them and you are not selling it to somebody. You are wearing them, you are using them. So that is one motive. So these are some customers. See? So what are the objectives of a customer? Obtaining products at a reasonable price. So that is the main objective of a customer. He or she needs the product at a reasonable price. If the price is too high, then he would leave and then go to another place where he could buy something for a lower price. So it must be at a reasonable price. And also obtaining quality products. Even though it is at a reasonable price, if it is not of good quality, if they wouldn't like to buy damaged products or spoiled products, their main objective is to choose quality products at a reasonable price. Okay, so the next stakeholder is the supplier. Who's the supplier? From the word itself, we could understand that the supplier is a person who provides or transports facilities and raw materials to a business. So this is a supplier who is supplying fresh fruits and vegetables. So the objectives of suppliers is to secure orders continuously. Now, if a supplier is supplying goods to a shop, then he is making sure that all the orders are supplied from his supplying company or anything. So he should secure it. Because if another supplier took over his business, then he would have a loss. And the other objective is to obtain money without any delay. Yeah, that's kind of the main objective of these suppliers. They need money without a delay. And what are the contributions of suppliers? They are supplying quality raw materials continuously. They must be in good quality. They must be fresh and new. Because if they didn't supply likewise, the business wouldn't want that supplying company to supply that business again, because they are not in good quality. And also, they should supply raw materials in time. Now, if the business wanted the supplier to supply some vegetables tomorrow, if he supply it day after tomorrow, then no use of that supplier, because the thing we expected from him is not done. So the supplier's contribution is to supply raw materials in time. Okay, so the next stakeholder is competitors. Wow. Competitors are other businesses producing or selling similar goods or services to a business in operation. Okay, so the competitors means the people who are, or the other businesses who are producing or selling the similar goods or services to a business in operation. Take this for an example. Now, in here, there's a candy shop. And in here also, there's a candy shop. So, these both businesses are producing the same or similar goods. So, they are competitors. Because now, if this candy shop sees a person going to this candy shop, then he doesn't feel very good, right? He likes all the customers to come into his shop. It is the same with the other candy shop. So, as they are producing similar goods, they are like enemies, we could say. They are called competitors. But in here, nothing such competition is not here, because the first one is a candy shop. The second is a flower shop. The third is a bookshop. And the last one is a bread shop. As they are not producing the similar goods, they are not competitors, because they are not producing or selling the similar goods. But these two shops are competitors. I hope you understood. So, what are the objectives of competitors? Determining the prices of own products and to face competition. They are always attentive about the other competitor. They are trying to see whether the other competitor is gaining more profits than them. So, they have to face this competition. And also they are determining the profits of the prices of their own products. Okay. Next we have financial institutions. Financial institutions are the institutions providing required loans, consultancy services, etc. to a business. Alright, you won't understand if I told you this way. Let me explain it to you briefly. These financial institutions are the institutions that provides the loans, and also that means the money for the business. Some financial institutions are banks, insurances, and financial investments. So, what is the objective of these financial institutions? Collecting loans and advances given. Now, when they are giving loans to people, they are collecting them back after a certain time period. And also, they are providing more loans and advances. So, they could obtain a profit, right? Because they are providing a loan or an advance, then they are taking back the loans and advancements with an interest. So, they are gaining a profit. The next people are employees, the next stakeholders. They are the individuals performing the operations of a business. That means they are the laborers. So, they are the people performing the operations, right? The business activities in a business. These are employees, right? Not employers. Don't mess this up. Employers and employees are different. Okay, so as I said before, don't mess this up. Employers means the people who are organizing or employing the people. So, the people who are employed by these employers are called as employees. It's a bit difficult to understand. So, for now, just keep in mind that these are employees means the workers. What are the objectives of employees? Receiving a fair wage or a salary. Wage means a salary. Now, anybody won't work if there is no salary or a fair wage for them. So, their objective is to receive a salary. That means money. and the job security. They need security, and also they are providing the security for the job. They are working in it and maintaining the security of the job. The contributions to the job by these employees are appropriately completing the tasks assigned and increasing the productivity of labor. Okay, so these employees are completing these tasks appropriately. That means they should do it enthusiastically. And also they are increasing the productivity of labor. If they do so, then their salaries could be increased, and also it could affect the increasement or the growth of the business. And here we have the government. The government is really important. The government propagates policies required to achieve economic growth of a country. So, the government also have their own objectives. They are collecting taxes and generating employment opportunities. So, this government has the right to compose laws and regulations. This could either affect the business positively or negatively. So, what is the objective of the government? They are collecting taxes from these businesses, and also they are generating employment opportunities and increasing the domestic production. That means if a business is developing, the government starts collecting taxes from it, and also it generates employment opportunities. That means job opportunities to businessmen. So, what are the contributions from the government to the business? They are providing business-friendly incentives. That means they could, this government could make some positive impacts to the business. For example, if the business manufactures something by investing 1 lakh, and then the government imposes a tax for it, and then it is 5 lakhs, then it is a profit for the business, right? Because it could sell it for 5 lakhs. That would be a huge profit for the business. So likewise, the government could produce business-friendly incentives to the business. The next thing is the community. The community includes the people or the population living outside of the business in a society. It could be journalists, media, pressure groups, environmentalists, anybody who is in the population living outside the business is called as the community. What are the objectives of this community? Analyzing whether the business activities are conducted in an environmental friendly manner. This community checks whether this business is harming the environment. Then they would step up to stop that business immediately. But if it is an environmental friendly business, then it is not a problem to the community. So this community is always in alert to analyze whether the business activities are environmental friendly. And also they are analyzing whether the business contributes to social welfare. They are checking whether is this business contributing, that means working towards the social welfare. Okay, so the last stakeholder is future investors. Future, you know what is future? So future investors means the individuals and institutions willing to invest. It could be either money, capital, land. Anyway, The people who are willing to invest to this business are called future investors. Okay, so what is his objective? Taking decisions on investment. The investment he is doing should be according to his or her like, because he must be able to take the decisions because it's his money or his capital or his land. Therefore, he must be able to take decisions on the investment. Okay guys, so this is the end of the first lesson. See you guys in the second lesson. So, goodbye for today.